Hey, how's it going guys? Phil here, and this is a review for the Kainnt Handheld Vacuum Cleaner, model number VAC626. You'll receive the vacuum motor, nylon storage bag, 2 tapered extension tubes, attachment adapter, floor sweeper, 3 attachment nozzles and brushes, and an instruction manual. One thing to note is that the 2 extension tubes are identical, and each has a wide end and a tapered end. This allows them to fit into each other, but only in one direction. If you have one of the tubes flipped around, they won't fit together. Then, to attach to the vacuum motor, first insert the attachment adapter, then the tubes. This is the floor sweeper. Note that it doesn't have a motorized brush head. Instead, it has a stationary surface brush and 2 felt pads surrounding the vacuum hole. There's also 2 plastic wheels just behind the head, but they don't swivel much or spin easily. On top is a toggle button that raises or lowers the short brush in the front, depending on whether you're cleaning hard surfaces or carpet. Lower the brush for hardwood and tile, and raise it up for carpets. Each of the nozzles can be fitted onto the end of the tubes. This is the wedge or crevice nozzle, for getting into tight spaces like between cushions. You also have a small brush nozzle, and this is another wedge nozzle that can be converted to a side angle brush for cleaning delicate surfaces like blinds and shades. The motor base weighs about 4 pounds, so it's pretty lightweight, though it can still get tiring during lengthy usage. The unit has a 15-foot 2-prong power cord, so you'll have a lot of room to travel. What I like about this unit is that the length of the tube is customizable for the job. So if you're not cleaning floors and don't need both tubes, you can remove one section of the tube for a shorter vacuum. You can go one step further and use just the unit as a handheld dustbuster as well. When you need to empty the dust from the collection canister, there's a small gray switch in the front that when pressed down releases the bottom door, and the dust inside the bin will drop out. If the unit's suction is declining over time, you'll need to disassemble the canister for a thorough cleaning. To do this, press the release button on top in front of the handle. Tilt the canister forward and pull it out. Then grab and twist the top counterclockwise. Inside is a washable HEPA screen that simply lifts out. Then the inner filter basket can also be removed. The clear bagless container can then be emptied and washed. To reassemble, locate the arrow on the top of the filter and line that up with the lock symbols on the canister. Then replace the HEPA screen, and finally seat the top on slightly rotated, ensuring the notch slides into place here, then turn clockwise to lock into place. Now the canister can be snapped back onto the vacuum motor. To turn the vacuum on, you just need to click the power button trigger in the handle. There's no need to keep the button pressed down. To turn it off, click the button again. The extended tube and lightweight makes this vacuum nice for hard-to-reach places like ceiling corners where cobwebs tend to collect. You can also run it along wall edges and the tops of door jambs where you wouldn't be able to clean with a large floor vacuum. On hard floors with the brush down, I found that I wasn't a huge fan of the wide brush head. And that's because the wheels on it don't swivel and they're so lightweight they don't really feel effective. And you actually end up turning the whole unit rather than just the vacuum brush. That's not to say the cleaning ability wasn't good, because it can pick up dust and debris pretty well. For bigger chunks like this grain of cereal, you'll have to make sure the debris passes right under the middle of the brush head to get sucked into the vacuum tube. On carpet, the vacuum seemed to do a better job, though without a rotating brush, it doesn't get deep into the pile. However, you also don't run the risk of tangling in any rug fringe. You can see here that the brushes and felt pads on the bottom pick up plenty of pet hair and dust, but you'll have to pull these stuck pieces off the bristles when you're done. Here's all the stuff the vacuum picked up from my floors and under the couch over a 10-minute vacuuming session, so it actually didn't do too bad of a job. When emptying out the bin, you might have to shake or pull some of the dust bunnies out. My main complaint with this vacuum is that it is pretty loud and it gets tiring to use after about 20 minutes. For short, quick cleanup jobs like small spills or daily once-overs, it's a big helper since I don't have to pull out the big floor vacuum or drag around the central vacuuming hose. I hope you enjoyed this review. You can ask me any questions in the comments. I'll put a link to the product in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join me next time.